Alrighty then. Welcome to the Bear Thoughts Podcast. We usually do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or 7 o'clock, depending on how far east or west you are, different time zone. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like button if you want to see more of this, and be sure to hit the like and leave a comment down below. As always, I do appreciate it for all the love and support I've got for the last barely there manga. I got over 1,000 of you lovely people watching my channels, but only 60% of you actually could watch more than 30 seconds. Oh my god, it's ridiculous how quickly and steeply people just drop off like a bad habit. I'm pretty sure I told you about this in the past before. Did I tell you about like the channels that are on YouTube? Okay, let me give you this premise first. Okay, imagine you wrote something or did something and it was your life passion, and you did it out of love and passion, and you started making money of it, and you put it out there in the world for everybody to do it, and then everybody goes, you know what? I'm gonna profit off of you. I'm gonna take all that thing you do, show it on the internet, and talk about it on the internet, and take away all your money. Would you be upset about it?
I'd be a little bit pissed off, yeah.
Okay, so there's a bunch of channels on YouTube that they go over and tell the entire story of the manga, all the way from the beginning, all the way to present day, telling you everything about it, shows you a bunch of images of the manga, tells you what's going on in the story, gives you the whole, whole details, and they get thousands of views, so they get money for every, 100 views or so of these things, and there's a bunch of those channels out there right now, all with like the auto robot voice, I'm talking about, very
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and they make a bunch of money off of it, and I'm like, why is that a thing? Yes, Alfie?
I was checking audio. We're good. Okay, tell us, old wise one.
Okay, so you like to read the mangas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You like the animes, right?
Yes.
Okay. For people that cannot read, it's a great option. But the biggest one is if they're into this person that is interested in that manga or anime and they don't want to bother fucking reading it themselves.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is play the videos.
Yep. They make a lot of money off of it. Hey, man! Sorry, give me a second here.
Easiest way to get in somebody's favorite.
Yeah, it's it's definitely an easy way to discover new manga and stuff like that.
No. You're misunderstanding. You're not listening.
Getting into it?
You can get into someone's pants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess if you got a bunch of fans and like, oh, you read my favorite manga. Oh, you sound so attractive. And it's an AI voice going, do you like that? He goes over the hill, the mountains, and rubs on the...
Let's say I'm not into anime or manga.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not my shtick. That's not my thing. But I know that Corvo over here does. And I want to get in Corvo's pants.
Or read for him.
But I don't want to fucking read it because I think it's a waste of my time. What's the best way to do it?
You're just going to listen to somebody and then you're going to regurgitate what you hear to get into my drawers.
Oh, good way to pick up like a pickup line. Like, yeah, I know about anime and manga. I totally did it, even though I just want to watch a video of someone do it.
Listen. Dude, I literally just watched, like I told you earlier with the kids, I just watched
Jujutsu Kaisen
and Taboo Tattoo.
Ooh,
and
okay.
do you remember the muscle bound dude that right before he leaves he stops by to see his cosplay girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest. There's a lot of guys that aren't genuinely interested in it like he was, but they're still those type of guys, big built. How do you get into a cosplay girl's pants? Know about the material, baby.
You know how to bullshit your way through it. You can bullshit to someone's pants. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I just don't like. I know from that aspect that makes sense. Something plenty. I just don't like the idea of people just taking someone's entire book and spilling all the details online.
No, we're not sanctioning it by any means. We're just saying People are using it for multiple reasons. I mean, some people are using it just to be a part of a community. They want to feel like they fit in. Like, for instance, I'm sure you went to school, you've seen some of the kids that they wanted to be a part of certain groups, but they didn't know the kind of shit that those people were talking about. And then suddenly, a couple of weeks later, they knew an awful lot about it because they went and did a fucking memory dump on it, okay? They went and listens to a bunch of shit, did a bunch of research so they can make themselves relevant, not because they actually gave a shit about it, because they just want to be a part of the group. That shit happens all the time. It really does. I mean, it happens in work environments, if you want to be honest. I've seen it happen in my work environment. I've seen people not know a thing about, we'll say, I'll use Dungeons and Dragons as an example. I know people that didn't know a shit about Dungeons and Dragons, but they found out that certain people like me or Lambino or Stealthy or Dazzling or a few other people are now playing. Now suddenly they're doing memory dumps on it so they can be parts of the conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see
I've
that.
seen it happen. And to be quite funny, to be quite honest, to some of us, we realize what's happening. But we don't want to be assholes. We don't want to run them off. We don't want to be mean.
Yeah.
So we let it go on. But in the back of our mind, we're kind of chuckling because it's funny because they know all this information, but when you bring up, hey, we're going to start a new campaign, I really ain't got time to do that. And I'm like, yeah, you're just using this as something as an excuse to have somebody talk to at work is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And an N at some point, right? Like it waves getting cordial with somebody that normally you wouldn't have a time and day, but now that you know something similar to them, you're like, okay, this is my N. This is how we start
I'll tell you something else that's funny though. That shit goes in reverse. You can find out by accident that people that you would never think knows a damn thing about it knows a shitload.
Yeah.
So I found out the other day, and this is, I'll use the letter D for him as his name. D does not give you the perception when you're talking to him. He's a great guy, very very knowledgeable, very handy. Has helped me out tremendously in my work. One of the people that helped me with that room that I showed you pictures of.
Yeah.
Okay. But by all accounts, talking to him, you'd never know, unless you really got to know him, this guy knows anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, you'd be surprised a lot of like muscle bound or jockey people know about Dungeons and Dragons. I got to
him one day, and he just happened to come by and see this sitting on my desk. And he's like, "Hey, I ain't seen one of those in a while. That's a pretty cool one." I'm like, say what now? Come again? He's like, yeah. He's like, "I used to play that. I played that when I was younger, some in my college days, you know. We used to have a group, we get around." He's like, I kind of had to cut that shit out a little bit, though, because I was like, I'd gotten pretty hard and heavy into it.
You know how many guys in college that like went from the bravado of being like this tough, masculine, manly man, couldn't do that stuff. So they got to college, like their dorky side came straight out of them. Like they didn't give a what it was. They wanted to be a part of it.
He's not, but that's just it. He's by no means a dork.
Yeah.
He's by no means a dork, but that's just something he enjoys. I mean, you're talking about this guy likes to build things. He likes to do outdoorsy type shit. He likes to plan things. He's a pretty smart guy. Has a great family, great wife, to a degree. And but
I'll say this, he's very attractive.
And he's a very nice looking fellow. You'd never know by just looking at him walking down the aisle. You know how you could pick out some people when they're walking down the aisle? Yeah, that bitch has played D&D before. You could tell by the way he's just, you know. Yeah. But you look at him and you're like, yeah, he's probably more the like, you know, tune up his sports car, you know, build his own fire pit kind of person, you know?
Yeah.
The all-American good boy.
The all-American good boy. And by all means, I do mean a good boy would do anything that he could for you, including, but Yeah, talking to him, and dude, this cat was deep off in there. Like, he named off some of the campaigns that he had run before, and some of the campaigns he run was shit like I ran way back in the day, and they weren't those for the faint of heart type shit. It's like you start off level 1 and your mobs are like level 10. Hold on to your ash, Fred. Kind of shit. So
Yeah, those
I was
campaigns.
talking to him, and it completely blew my mind. So it can go both ways. They can be sleepers, like complete sleepers.
Okay. So mind you that, like, you know, I know there's a lot of people on the internet that regurgitates a lot of stuff that's already been like known or stuff like those kind of channels. Do you consider like videos like that where people are just regurgitating an entire series of a manga specifically, or anything of the same? Do you think that stuff should be a bannable offense, or do you think that stuff should not be monetized? I'm a person of mine. If you're gonna let it be, should not be monetized. Like cursing online.
I feel like it's like this. I feel like
They don't do it. They're gonna find a different.
I feel like if they're gonna do it, but they're not gonna ban it, they shouldn't gain money from it.
Hmm.
But if they're gonna allow someone to make money off of it, then they need to make sure those people have the proper permissions in place.
Yeah.
Or pay the people that they're.
Or a percentage of whatever they make needs to go to whoever created it.
Yeah. So I say this because, like, there's some YouTube channels that I literally watched myself, and they were videos talking about animes, right? Talking about animes.
Right.
And they show a clip of an anime, a scene that happens in the anime, a clip, 30 seconds or less. And the entire channel gets demonetized, not demonetized, the entire video gets demonetized. And that is, like, they get in trouble, or sometimes they get so many copyright strikes from the channels that they have to close or stop doing videos like that on their YouTube channel. I'm like, that's not fair. They're not showing the entire anime, they're showing a part of it. They're talking about the anime and they're showing a little scene of it, just give people an idea of what's going on, what he's talking about. And that gets the person in trouble. But a person can literally take the entire manga and talk about the entire thing, mind you, not word for word, right? But it's at least shows you what's going on in this scene, gives you the quick wording or quick idea of what's that called when you're giving like somebody a
paraphrasing.
Yeah,
or
paraphrase. Yeah, paraphrasing the page, telling you what's happening, what he's pretty much essentially saying, and then going to the next stage, next book, next page. Sometimes the entire series within episode, and then getting thousands of views on it. I'm going, to me, that's not no different than the person showing the entire showing a 30-second clip of an anime.
I can see that.
That's fine. That's okay. That they're allowed to do that. I don't know. I will keep on doing it too. Every time.
It's actually worse.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you. Every time I'm gonna do a video now, I'm gonna do one page, just one, and I'm gonna do voice acting for it, and that's it. And I'm seeing how many times I'm a catfish somebody to watch my video. Because I didn't know he would do. No, I didn't know it would happen. Then I looked at my analytics and saw like videos related to this, and I saw a bunch of those channels. I'm like 5 of them or more. I'm like, my video has nothing close to that. I'm literally talking about the manga, what I think about it, what's my idea. I give you a premise of the story, I give you like an idea of it, and I go over the review of it and whether or not you should buy it. That's it.
Right.
So, and I do voice acting. I'm pretty sure there's no there's not going to be anybody out there to do voice acting for the pages. Which I even made me. I gotta figure out a way of cleaning up. I even made me a little sound box. I'm gonna do voice acting in with the soundproof wool. So
I seen that you were working on that the last time that I looked.
Yeah, I'm hoping it. I already tried it out one time. It sounded pretty good. So hoping that comes out better than the last one, and hope I can do more of it. All right, so I know you've been sick and Stealthy's been sick. The entire house has been sick. But you're gonna have Christmas hopefully sometime soon. Am I gonna be Stealthy? Stealthy, you hear me? Am I doing disc or Stuffy?
brain is blank.
Your brain is blank. Well, I have to ask the question later on. Because when we have Friendsmas, I gotta show you, I gotta get y'all, you know, the Friendsmas out for it, and then show you, and then like, hey, I'll give it to you during the get together. Because I can't just send my Friendsmas through the screen. So when y'all do yours,
Hey, right, like you're gonna get yours when we get to Orlando. I'm actually gonna take you in there.
show you that one.
Yeah, we were supposed to go get it, and then we got sick. So you're gonna actually get to walk into the place and see it
Gotcha.
when we purchase it.
Okay, well, I got one gift from my wife, and I want to like kind of like show it off a little bit here. When you see this, what do you think it is, Corvo?
It looks like a DS, but it's a Game Boy.
It's a DS with a bunch of game consoles all in it, and they all play so nice. I'm talking about like
no. That's what I'm saying. It's a DS style console, but it has a bunch of different console game systems in it.
Yeah, and it has 2 SD ports at the bottom of it. Has an HDMI port if you want to plug it to a monitor, a blue USB-C type port of charging and stuff like that. Yeah, this thing's been working wonderful with me, and I've been playing heck of it. And you can even like stream it with Moonlight and something like that, too. Like you can stream this. I want you to play with this when we get together. I'm loving it so far. It even has like, you know, 2 buttons back here. All that it doesn't have is what's that, like, you know, round knob, you know what I'm talking about, the one that goes in a circle. But you can still do multi-direction, right? Like the middle between directions, up and down, left and right, but it doesn't have the little joystick that I'm thinking about. This is I forget the name of it every time because the name of it is Abernick. This is sorry.
Okay,
but
so this sounds like a good time to tell you about a console that I seen when we were at one of the festivals in November.
Yeah.
That we went to. This thing was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all the Atari, NES, Super NES, everything that you could think of.
Yeah.
From the older days was all on this one console.
Slots console?
No, it was a console.
Okay, so what is it? Is it a digital console like this, or could you slot your games?
It was an arcade console you plugged up to your television.
Arcade console. Is it like one of those like joysticks?
Yeah, it had the big buttons had the big buttons in the joystick. You just plugged it up to your TV, and every game was already loaded on it. And you could just go ham.
I want an arcade system someday.
And what was even better is it had 2 joysticks and button setups.
So you could do friends.
So if your buddy would sit next to you, it's just like standing next to him at the arcade, but you can sit down on the couch and just go ham.
Oh. Yeah, those things are not cheap. I looked at a couple of them. I saw a couple of them at like Target, and they always like a single game. I'm like, that's cute, but I ain't gonna buy one of these $200 things and be like only one game in it. There's no way.
It's not an arcade machine.
It's not a machine. It's a console.
Just the joysticks and stuff.
Yeah,
that is it.
And then the motherboard for the console is inside of that joystick area, right? Kind of reminds me of also like those kid games.
However the fuck you are.
Yeah. But I kind of reminds me like those kid joysticks. You ever seen like the single game like a Pac-Man, 2 buttons and a joystick, and you plug it up to your TV? Kind of like reminds me of like an adult version of that. But I wouldn't want to I would want just for the display option is like the whole setup console. But I get the idea, the idea of sitting down and playing it would just be so much fun. But yeah, I've been looking at this for a while. I saw the channel Linus Tech Tips. I think he did a review on this one or one like this. And I love the closed monitor format that these things give you, so you can put it in your pocket, or you could be sitting in bed and just playing on it and playing on this little tiny small screen, which is, playing on a small screen again feels like, I don't know, what is it about it playing on small screen just feels
It's nostalgic.
Right.
It's nostalgic. Because remember, when we started playing, there wasn't no big screen.
Yeah. It was never a big screen.
Hell, when I started playing the first console I had hooked up to a TV, I didn't even have a color TV. And my damn TV wasn't this big.
Yeah, like this would have blown my child brain if I was a kid. No light in front of it, no light shining on the screen. It had been like this all backlit, right? All colored, and it has again all Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, Game Boy. I even do DS games on this thing. I'm going, how the heck you do DS on this thing? There's no two screens. Apparently you can still do it. Like you can swap between the screens in this thing. That you can swap between the bottom screen and upper screen. So if you need to see something on there, and you can even go to PlayStation 2. I don't know how good it'll be to play on PlayStation 2, but I'm interested in trying it out. I really want to try GameCube games out.
It's got PS1 games on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm gonna let you try this out. I'm loving this little thing.
There's a couple of them I'd like to see if they was on there.
Yeah, well, but they came with some of these. Now, I don't know how to feel about this because in one way I always say support the industry, support the things, and Nintendo for a while was trying to stop emulators for their games, but these things there's quite a few of these things out there, different brands and stuff like that. They're still allowed to do this kind of stuff, and they're not stopping these people from making these devices, at all. But they're stopping people from doing emulating of their games that they're no longer selling. See, my quandary here is you're no longer selling it. No, therefore you're no longer making a profit off of it. So therefore it should be open to the market. But you want to block that. But people are still making these things and still doing it. There were already pre-games on this thing. So I can't even say anything. A lot of the games I own though. I'm just saying up front. I own a lot of the games that are on here because, I want a portable version of it.
So the question is, are there any Castlevanias on there?
Huh? Yes, there is. And they may or may not have been done by me. So yeah.
Listen, all I need to know is if that bitch got Lament of Innocence on it, I will disappear into the screen and never come back.
So yeah,
okay. After I beat it.
Yeah, but it is a very delightful little console. I think it was $85, kind of between my mom giving us money, my stepdad giving us money, and my wife kind of all just chipped in and bought this for me. I just wanted something that just has a bunch of games, and when I go out, I can play it on it. I'd rather play on this than play on this. I don't know why. It just this feels way better than a phone.
So, I have an update on on my oldest in that endeavor that he was going to start on with Final Fantasy VII.
Which you also get on here, by the way.
He finally made it out of Midgar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He didn't realize that Midgar was... You asshole.
I don't know what the X one is, but it's an X one.
Yeah. I know what it is. Anyway, he finally got out of Midgar and he was like, man, that was rough. I was like, that was just a damn tutorial. Now you got open world. He's like, say what now?
Dialysis Legacy? Don't know what that one is.
Say that again?
Dialysis? Or, goodness gracious me, my dyslexia.
I'm trying to read it, but I can't really see it.
Somewhere there. Come on, camera, stop blurring here. Why are you blurring?
It's okay. It's okay. I'll look at it when we get there.
Nope, not working.
Damn it!
But it has
See, I couldn't own that thing though because I would be sitting there watching TV playing that motherfucker. Glance up and look down.
It's am I supposed to be looking at the TV or looking at the screen? Which one's better? I don't know. This one just has just a nice feel to it.
I gotta order some shit before I can finish it. I'm ordering it tonight.
Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know.
Castlevania, Legacy of Dracula. I can't read the red lettering.
Yeah, I mean neither. It's
don't
know if that's any better.
All right, she said hold it back up. She's gonna try to see it.
Dang it! I just exited out. I'll do it. Give me a second.
She worked her ass off to come over here.
Okay, DRACULA.
So that's all it says is.
Legend of Dracula. No, Castlevania Dracula Legacy. And it says on the screen, Legacy of. I'm guessing that's Dracula. Has a like big chested woman vampire wing chick on the front of it. So I'm like,
oh no, that's Legacy of Cornelia.
That's Cornelia. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
She's something.
Yeah. she had.
So
she's the only thing. She's the next worst thing next to Dracula himself.
Yeah, like I looked at all the other ones. I did not know there was that many Castlevania games for the Game Boy Advance. I'm talking about like 5 or 4, maybe around that number of like different versions. I'm like, why is there so many different versions of Castlevania on the Game Boy Advance? I'm like, that's just the Game Boy Advance. That's not the PlayStation games. That's not the Nintendo
Castlevania
games.
is a huge fucking legacy.
Oh my, there's too many stories.
There's a lot.
So yeah, I was going through that and going, that might be something he might be interested in. So I wanted to show you this.
That's absolutely something. I would have bought that shit just knowing I could do that.
Yeah, and of course it's rechargeable. So like something like the old games is having the batteries in it, and that was like the biggest crutch for me, was like always having to have batteries and having to like ask your parents like, please, can you go buy me some new batteries, please, and they're thinking like, oh, batteries are so expensive, they never last very long. Yeah, because I burnt right through them. Like that stuff was like. That never lasted me. Like you
like that.
Yeah, you always have to buy like, here's your Christmas or birthday gift, a bunch of batteries, like a whole like 24 pack. I'm like, you should have bought like 2 of these, because I'm gonna be done with this by like in this month.
Shit.
I was.
You'd be lucky if it lasts a month.
Yeah, I was a fiend. I'm like, there gotta be some like that. Of course, back then, rechargeable battery was not very much a thing, was it? Like, when did rechargeable batteries become a thing? Now that I think about it, I don't remember when it became a thing.
That as far as I know, they didn't become. I didn't really start using them until in my 20s.
Yeah, like rechargeable battery was such a new idea and premise to me that I don't think I ever owned a console that it was rechargeable. Until today, like this is my first console. Well, not the Nintendo Switch. Never mind, Nintendo Switch, rechargeable. Forgot about that because it's removable console. But yeah, like other than that, like this is this feels such a small change, but it feels so good. And I think this is something like if you want your kids to get an idea of how you felt back in the 90s or even 80s when the first Game Boy came out, like this is a great feel for it. And of course, they also have like the versions that are long, like the Game Boy itself, like the normal classic Game Boy, which you said you have one, right? You still have the classic green screen Game Boy where you need a front light to be able to see the damn thing. This is like, like old school, but modern day, all in one package. And realistically, like, look at this. Like, this thing is like as bad as thick as a Game Boy. Like, maybe hold up the Game Boy. Let me see. Like, let's see. I guess sounds weird. Hold up yours to see which one's thicker. Oh yeah, yours is thicker. Oh yeah, right. Like that is way thicker.
And I know you can't see the screen, but if you could.
Oh, Tetris. Yeah. Oh man, that screen. I could not. I would play it, but playing on that screen and that resolution is like, that is be such a hard thing for me to look at going, I found that enjoyable. Yes, I did. I found it so enjoyable, which, I had to get a bunch of the Pocket Monsters on here too, because, well, that's my childhood. My childhood. That is like the original. Like, even though they might suck, right? Because they're the original, and they're the original. You never gonna look at that and going, man, I like this. I still got it just because it just feels like, in some ways, I've rekindled my childhood, or I've recaptured it, or I'm holding my childhood again in some facet.
Right. Absolutely, I get it.
Because
100%.
especially if you were a person that had a lot of it sold off, or you were supposed to grow out of it. Look, Mom, I didn't grow out of it. I didn't grow out of it at all. I didn't even. Not even slightly. Not even a bit. What up, man?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit, man.
Hey, listen. You know me. I didn't grow out that shit either.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Like, I wonder what our generation is going to be like when we're the older folks. Like, when we are the actual older folks, and we're looking at other people going, they'll grow out of it. No, they won't. No, they won't. I didn't. When are you gonna grow up? What, I look in the mirror? Never mind. I guess that's gonna be never, because I'm gonna be still in the retirement home or whatever. Hopefully, I won't be that far behind my wife whenever she goes. And I won't be looking at myself going, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, what up, Mara? So, I'm doing all right. But yeah, I would definitely suggest, if anybody wants to get one of the, not sponsored, by the way, just FYI, I still think this is a great thing. Several of them out there. There's several different versions of them. Be sure to look into the reviews, look into the what people are saying about them, and find ones that are going to be more to your style. I couldn't pass up on this, and I'm not regretting it one bit. I just got to figure out all the...
I wouldn't have been able to pass up on it either. I'm not even going to lie to you about it, so...
Yeah, I just got to figure out how all the cool bits and bobs you could do. Like, you could connect internet up this. You can connect to the internet with this, right? So you can connect to your computer with this. I got to figure out how to do that. You can connect to other devices that have the same thing. So, like, trading Pokemon. That's something I would love to do. Trade Pokemon again. Can you remember? Like, I don't know if you remember that back when you were a teenager, right? I don't know how you were. When Pokemon came out.
I remember.
But I had to have a cord between the two consoles to be able to trade. Yep. And I'm like, no, I don't do that no more. All I gotta do is just like a little Bluetooth traded complete. I'm like, I want that. I want that again. You can play with your friends, and if it's a multiplayer game, you can play multi with each other on two different consoles, which is like, again, I know you can do it with Nintendo Switch, or can you? Can you actually do it with Nintendo Switch? I don't think you...
Yeah, you can trade. You can trade. I just don't remember how you trade.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see.
You can trade Pokemon with Nintendo Switch. I just don't remember how it works, whether it's Bluetooth or...
I don't know if it's Bluetooth or internet connection or something like that, but like...
Is he on his Nintendo Switch? What's he trying to do?
He said he didn't know if you could trade Pokemon with Nintendo Switch, and yes, you can.
I just don't know if you need to have internet access, or you could just put like right beside each other and going, like a Bluetooth radio connection kind of thing, like with this device. Like, you don't have to have internet. You just got to be near someone that has the same device and have allow access to trade.
Okay, so this is how it works in a normal system. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's a Nintendo Switch to a 3DS or whatever. Okay. As long as it's the same game.
Yeah.
And y'all have each other's friend codes.
Oh, friend codes. Yeah, okay.
Then you can trade them.
Yeah, because back in the day, you didn't need friend codes. Back in the day, you just need a cord. So I'm like, cord, plug, there we go. So I never did like a wireless, trading with devices.
That would be like the Game Boy Advance. That's when that happened. But as soon as they went to like the DSs and stuff, you needed friend code.
Gotcha. Okay.
I say the 3DS because the regular DS wasn't like that.
So, you also could connect Bluetooth on this thing. Like I said, I haven't tried Bluetooth headsets yet. I want to try that at some point. But yeah, I'm still tinkering with this thing. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. My wife gave me that glance stealth. I don't know if you ever gave that to your husband. When you look over to him, you see him playing with his new toy, and he's all having fun, and you just smile at him, and you're going, that he's just playing with. You play with your new toy. She saw me doing this. And he's like, playing with your new toy. I'm like, I'm happy. You bought it for me, I'm gonna be happy. But yeah, I was having fun playing with this.
She's not mad. She's happy that you like it.
Yeah. But she is also happy about the idea of. Oh wait, what you doing? Oh, fan. She's happy about her, her being on vacation. She's she's so ready for it. She's already talking about like what time do we need to leave? What do we need to pack the day before? I'm like, no, we need to pack a couple days. We need to have all the stuff out in the vehicle. Like if you have any last minute things. She's so ready for that.
This is what I'm gonna tell you, okay? It's gonna take you about 4 to 6 hours to get to us to begin with.
Plus the
By
dog
the time
stopping.
you get here, I'll probably be done with work. I'm probably in the process of picking up the boys.
I'm gonna be home that day.
I'm gonna be home. Okay. So you guys get here, and then we'll take over for driving, so you don't got to worry about anything. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you feel like, hey, I can pack 2 or 3 days prior, or I can pack the day before, do that. As long as you feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm more likely packing a couple days before, because I don't want to be thinking about it. I don't want to have to worry about anything. I want to have everything in the vehicle and just ready to just go.
The reason I'm not saying get up at 6 in the morning and drive down here is you'll be here at 12:30, give or take, and then we're going to be like, well, shit, we still got like 2 hours left of our day that we got to wait. Corvo can entertain you, but I mean, like,
I will probably fall asleep at some point.
I'm telling you, if I was you, I would sleep however late you want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Get your ass up and then get on the road.
as long as it's not like past 12. You know?
Like if you leave your house sometime between 10 and 12, you should be fine.
Gotcha. We gotta fix my sleep schedule. Got to give me some of that. What's that stuff that pushes you to sleep?
Melatonin.
Yeah, melatonin. Make sure I knock myself out. I don't know. Every time I take melatonin, I feel like I really immediately fall asleep, but then I wake up like 4 hours later every single time. It's like, why am I not still asleep right now? I took this to fall asleep. Fall asleep. I feel like I need to be like Iron Man or the Hulk. Just somebody just over my head, just punching out of me till I fall asleep. Man, I did not stay asleep. Oh my god. Hey, Maureen. Yeah, Maureen, if you're still here, I appreciate the offer, appreciate all that kind of stuff. But if it is not like, just being an awesome person and sending a bunch of people to my channel or rating me, I don't really believe in that stuff, and I don't really trust anybody. I've been getting hit up by like a bunch of strangers, either on my live streams or in my Discord, all trying to I told you about it before last week. I can't remember if it was last week or a week before that. The people are trying to hit me up and like try to help me get a producer or whatever to help grow my channel. And I got 3 of them yesterday, and all of them were very attractive looking women. I'm like, I'm just done with it. I've done toyed around with these people or this person. I don't know if it's a single person or multiple people, and every single time it's the same song or dance. I'm like, I'm done with them. I don't get it.
I get it.
Why do
Believe
they
me,
not,
I get it.
why did I understand it? Like they think that they're gonna get profiteering off a channel like me? I'm not that big yet. Damn it! Hit me up and have a couple thousand, then we can talk. When I say a couple thousand, I mean like actual viewers, not just I don't know, a couple thousand on my YouTube channel would be kind of nice. All right. I keep seeing my wife behind me, so I don't know what's going on. What are you looking up right now? You are.
I am looking for information. I'm trying to help someone.
Help someone. Gotcha. Well, let me know that someone needs that information so I can pass it on to them. Yeah. But okay, so there really hasn't been a lot of news online, which I'm thinking kind of grateful for. It's like the first time. I don't know if it's just because of the holidays, but there hasn't been I haven't feel like there's been a lot of drama lately, and I am kind of thankful for it. I guess everybody's kind of like chilled out a little bit.
I mean, if the shit hit everybody like it hit us, ain't nobody had time for drama. They've been all been trying to recover.
Oh, I got news from our area.
Okay.
There was a red Tesla that caught on fire.
Oh, imagine that.
And
That
there's
sucks.
2 deceased people. And then on top of that, a chicken factory has caught on fire.
High capacity jail for batteries. Sounds like a great thing to have in a mobile vehicle.
Yeah, that they can be very highly explosive and highly flammable because those batteries are kind of easy to do if you just hit them the right way, just a little bit of a boop. Of course I saw a new Tesla. Now again, I don't really get the whole idea of Teslas, but Tesla said it became a safe vehicle where that kind of stuff didn't happen. Then sure, we maybe talk or not have to replace the batteries after so many months or years because those batteries do not last forever.
Right. Well, I mean, the idea behind any electric car or vehicle like that is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's supposed to save fossil fuels. It's supposed to save this, that, and the other. The problem is like everything, we want to jump off in it before we're ready to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you're gonna, even if you make a battery that I don't have to worry about it going boom from a jostle or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The amount of power the battery itself has to put out is enormous to run all the electrical systems in the car, including the engine.
Okay.
And we say engine loosely because what it actually is an electric motor that turns turbines that then turn your wheels, instead of using, okay? So that's all great in theory, but from a monetary standpoint, if those batteries go out, the amount of money it costs to replace them is no different than buying a new car at that point.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's all proprietary items too, so it's not just like you can get off-brand versions of them.
There's that, and then the other side of that is okay, in some parts of the country, you can pull into almost any service station and there's an electric charging station there.
Mm-hmm.
But in some parts of the country, those things don't even exist yet.
Yeah, very true.
So you hop in your vehicle and you go on a drive, and what happens when your charge gets low and you happen to be in one of those areas that there ain't no fucking where to charge it up?
Yeah,
now,
you have to plan your trip on that.
Granted, they say, oh, we sell you an emergency adapter kit, so if that happens, you can pull in somewhere, and if somebody will let you tap in, you can charge up. Okay, that's great. Unless you're in South Georgia in bumfuck Egypt in the middle of nowhere, and there's no fucking where to plug in.
Yeah.
Okay? The other side of that is that, if I'm traveling, I decide to take a road trip from here to California just because. How often am I going to run across the service station that's going to have that charging point? How long does it take to charge it? That's another thing. So if I let my charge
3 to 4 hours.
If I let my charge get down to almost empty, you mean that when I pull into a charging station, I'm now stuck at that service station for 2 to 3 to 4 hours while it charges to get a full charge, which means now I have to plan my trip with extended time in it. So if I'm taking a 3-day trip, I need to add 2 more days because I'm going to have 2 days worth of charging along the way.
Yeah. And you got to be really cautious because I've seen videos online where people are traveling with these electric vehicles, and they're not even Tesla vehicles, right? They're just like regular other vehicles that are wanting to take on the whole idea of battery-driven vehicles or battery charge-driven vehicles. And a lot of charging ports, the cords were cut, so people cut the cords and steal the wire or the line wire because it has a bunch of copper in it.
Yep.
And it goes sell it. And they're never going to replace them because they know if they replace the cord in them and fix up the thing, they're just going to do it again and again and again. It's like, no, if you do that to a gas station, the line just shuts off. You're not getting oil out of it. You might get a little oil out of the line that you cut off if you can get it to it fast enough. But otherwise, you're not going to get all of it. It cuts itself off. There's literally a cutoff switch. You could just off. That's if the people inside know about it, right? They see the oil come flowing out, they're gonna cut it off.
Right.
But with the electric one, they're like, oh, copper wire, that's money right there, baby. That's a lot of money because those things are thick.
Well, I mean, and it's not just that. I mean, you got other things too. You got situations where not every place in the country has mechanics certified to work on those vehicles. So now what happens if you're out and that shit breaks down?
You have to go to a Tesla place.
You
if it's
can't
Tesla.
do it because you're not certified to do it. It don't matter how much mechanicking you grew up doing in your family. You don't pop the hood on that shit and change a spark plug.
Yeah.
Or change the oil or check for coolant because there isn't any.
Yeah, people are saying like Teslas are like going from a horse to a car when there's never been a car before. You got to learn that stuff all over again. But problem is, it takes time to learn all that stuff. It takes time, schooling, practice.
I'm not saying that they won't become a practical conveyance once all the bugs are worked out and everything infrastructure-wise is there for them to be supported. But I'm saying right now, we are not at that point.
No.
Right now, we are at the point where the people that have the money that can afford to where if they run out in the middle of nowhere and they're out of battery charge, they can have someone bring them a charge.
Yeah.
Those people with that kind of money, they can afford that. Absolutely. Somebody like me and you, even if somebody gave me one tomorrow, I wouldn't drive it past an hour from the house because I would be terrified that if my charge dropped too low, I would be stuck with no way to get charged back up.
Yeah, I would always have a gas vehicle, and if I would have one of those, I would definitely be like, okay, I want a single-seater, if not two-seater, that can have some storage in it, but I want it to be only like a town-driven car. I don't want to drive this on the interstate. I don't want to drive this on a vacation or a field trip. I just want to like, I need to go to Walmart, I need to go to Target, I need to go get some food, get some groceries, go out to eat a little bit, and then get home. That's all I want to drive it for. I don't want to drive it anything more than that, and I think that's like the real only practical because gas in city drive mileage on vehicles are always terrible. It's always worse than highway or interstate speed because like it's always like so. But like if you can fix that and make it cheaper for a city driver or even like a major city like a New York City, right? You don't need a gas guzzler for that because most times
that's why most people that are of that mind buy hybrids. Because they can run electric when they're in town, and then when they hit out on the interstate, they can flip over the fuel.
Yeah, but yeah, that is a slow progression. I think is better than just going straight electric. All right, so there actually was one thing that I didn't know if you heard about this past week, and I totally forgot about it too now. Okay, you remember Honey? You know what Honey is, right? Not like the food Honey, the app Honey.
Yeah.
Apparently, like back in, you remember all the commercials all the time? You'll see, you know, honey. It'll find coupons for you. It'll get you the best deals. It'll find you all these things that help you, like, you know, save $1 when you go to shop out at Amazon.
Yeah, what about it?
Okay, so apparently people are using a lot of affiliate links to Honey to help them, like, help their viewers save money. Well, Honey was bought out by PayPal. PayPal has been doing it where if you go, let's say you go to someone's affiliate link, right, with them, and you click on their affiliate link to go to that website to buy you, let's say, a new CPU, and you go, okay, use affiliate links, and now this YouTube channel is now to get a kickback from me clicking on that link and purchasing this item. And then we go click on the Honey to find the best discount for it. That's where Honey comes in. But a lot of times, Honey does not always find a discount for you, right? There's not always a discount. So what they've been doing, Honey, is now when you click on that, it changed the affiliate link from that person you ever saw online over to PayPal. So now the person YouTube channel you came from now doesn't get it no more. PayPal does. And PayPal gets that little kickback, right? So you go, now that's a little messed up. Like, why did that affiliate person get it? But it gets worse than that. During a podcast, PayPal was talking about how companies should work with them because they would allow the companies that they work with Honey to choose the discount Honey would show to people or give people. Like I say, you only want them to see a $5 or a 5% discount on this item, but you offer elsewhere a 15% discount coupon. But Honey's supposed to scour the internet to find the best deals for you and the best coupons. But if the company they work with say, hey, I only want you to show up the 5 one, they will only show you the 5 one. Even if you give them the coupon for the 51 to put in their system, they will not put it in their system. They will erase it and only show the $5 one or 5% one. So they can literally work with companies to make sure you don't get the best deals deliberately and not tell you about it. And if you go scout in and find yourself and then put in their system, they still will not put in there. And if you do any affiliate links, the affiliate doesn't get, the person that had the affiliate link don't get paid out because PayPal takes it now. Shop with honey. So I thought that, that's a big scandal going on right now, and I was like, cause like they would change the source code. You know, their source code, like it would go like, you know, certain website show the source code of the streamer or the YouTuber, at Linus Tech Tips, and it'll go on with source code. When you click on the link, you see the source code change, and it goes to PayPal.
Yep.
And a little pop-up link will pop up for a second. Switching it, right? Even if you're on the checkout page, it'll pop up, will show up. Change the page real quick for you to them, and then as like nothing happened.
It's a page redirect.
Yeah,
it's just a page redirect. Yeah.
So people are wondering, like, is that illegal? Like, are they allowed to change that kind of stuff?
It depends. I mean, if they bought honey, and they bought all rights to everything that was honey,
yeah,
then they can change any fucking thing they want.
I know, but people say like it's like a salesman.
I don't have any, baby.
It's like a salesman, like in my mind, it's like a salesman. You go to a car lot, right? You go buy a vehicle. The salesman shows you the item, but then you go inside. You're about to check out, and another salesman comes up to you and goes, "Hey, I get you a better deal."
Give me just a second. Sorry, one of the kids was asking about something to drink.
Gotcha. Or like, okay, so you go inside and you have to get this. You know, you already got your salesman. He's already about to sell you the vehicle. You go inside, and another salesman comes up to you, starts talking to you, and then switch like the salesman card. Going, no, put it. I'll use my name. And even though the other guy out there has already sold the car to me, he's the one I'm working with. Another one comes up to me and just switches the car real fast, going, "It's underneath my name now." It's like that feels like that.
That's why. And they do that shit. And that's why if I go to a dealership to buy a car, even if it's a used vehicle, whatever person I'm talking to, whatever person has treated me well, because I'm not going to deal with nobody who don't treat me good.
Yeah.
And has managed to get my confidence enough for me to buy a vehicle for him, I become attached to that bitch's hip because I'm not going to screw him out of his hard work. I won't do that.
Yeah.
I've had family members that worked in the automotive industry, both as mechanics, and let me tell you, if you think the fucking dealer, the people that are selling you cars get fucked sometimes, your mechanics at these dealerships get screwed even harder.
Yeah.
They get royally screwed. I'll explain that to you in a minute. But I've had family members go through this shit where they work their ass off to make a sale. Go, just take it. Okay. And watch their sale get scooped out because somebody else come along and changed it while it was in process of being submitted.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
And that's why I feel like how like the YouTuber, like there's some YouTubers I trust. Like let's say I go to a tech website for this kind of Game Boy little thing, right? And I go, man, I like that. They sold me on this. They sold me on buying this. And they have an affiliate link down below. And I went down and click it. I want them to make sure they get the money for them recommending this device to me.
Right.
They sold it to me. Why do I want now that I go to that website and Honey's like, hey, there might be a coupon for this device. And I click on that thing and there's 0 coupons, not one. But then they get the credit for this. I don't think they sold me on it. Like, why are they getting money for it? Why are they getting paid for it? They didn't help me save money. They didn't help me, get a cheaper deal on this. You just popped up something saying, hey, there might be one, and then there's not one. But I didn't know you changed it either. I had no clue. I'm thinking, okay, well, no coupons. Oh, well, okay, fine. That's cool. But the person that told me this will still get a kickback. They'll still get some money, and they get nothing for it. And, apparently, like, I don't know if you remember this sometimes. Even I didn't know about this. So you get like every now and then when you use Honey, you get like this little coinage from them, and you can take the coins and you can actually change it in for money on like Amazon or like that, like a gift card. So you can, and it was like 85 cents on $10 or something like that or more. It was very little, right? And that was like 85 cents for me on the sale, and they gave me 85 cents worth of coins. But if the affiliate gets money for it, they can get like up to like $50 or $100 for the sale, depending on how expensive the price is for their affiliate link. I'm like, that is not worth it, because if I was the person that was being sponsored with Honey, I want to make sure I get that money. I don't think your 83 cents is going to be worth it to you. If you really want to support me, 83 cents is not going to be good. Like I think you do without 83 cents. I don't think you would care if you lost 83 cents. But I would dang well care if I lost that person $50 or $100 or how much, you know, for that one sell, that item. And
I agree. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I was trying to tell you, for example, here you go. So mechanic at your dealership, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you know
By now,
that they don't
you've
make
probably
any
heard-
money unless you take your vehicle in outside of warranty?
No.
If you take your vehicle in for a warranty repair, they make almost nothing off of their time. So
That's
you take your vehicle in under warranty, all those normal warranty things you do, oil changes, stuff like that, they get paid nothing. Maybe 2% of what you pay.
Okay,
You take
so
them
it's
in
not
under
an hourly
you
rate?
take it. Nope. You take it in under extended warranty.
Yeah.
They get a little more, but still hardly nothing. Only unwarranted work do they really get paid for, because the shit breaks down in a book like this. They have a book that tells them how much you're going to make an hour off of this job, if it's warranty, extended warranty, or non-warranty work. Warranty and extended warranty is damn near nothing.
So it's a tier
Almost
list.
nothing. So unless somebody brings something in that is non-warranty that they have to do, the mechanic's basically working for fucking free back there.
Yeah.
I found this out because I had a family member that was a 5-star certified fucking Dodge mechanic. Worked at a Dodge dealership. His paycheck always did this.
Fluctuated.
Because it depended. If it was a week of all warranty work, he's doing good if he had enough to buy the gas to come to work the next week.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a week where it was all non-warranty shit, hell, he was rolling in the money.
Yeah, he was feeling good. And they
He's feeling good.
they always dictated on like, oh, you're doing fine. See this paycheck, you made a lot of money. Okay, don't ignore this money this week, you made nothing. But like, this balances it out. This should always be a balance no matter what. Balance all the way across.
That's why if you're a mechanic, it actually pays better to work for an independent shop that is not a dealership shop or your own shop than it is to work for a dealership shop, because that's how dealerships work.
Yeah, and that's why people always say it's like you're gonna have affiliate link with somebody. Just make sure you have affiliate link with the company itself, not through a third party like Honey.
Right. That's
but
why
the problem is
Honey's
Honey's in everybody's pockets and online.
That's why a lot of your really good mechanics stop being mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he stopped being a mechanic and went back to doing maintenance work at a fucking factory because of that shit. Because at least he knew his hourly rate wasn't going to change.
Oh, there was somebody. Okay, the same people that made Honey also made this another thing that they called pie or cake or something like that. They have like a thing for sweets where it was like an ad block, right? They would ad block, but they weren't actually ad blocking. What they would do is they would still allow for the commercial to go through on their end through this app. They would get paid for the ad revenue on the YouTube channel. And if you were a person that gets paid for ads on YouTube, you wouldn't get any of the money. And they were trying to do this whole thing where they were trying to get other channels to be like sponsoring this thing, not knowing that they sponsored it. They would be taking their ad revenue from that YouTube channel.
Bullshit.
Yeah. You know, you'd be surprised like how many of these online people like coding is worth money, and if you can do it once, you can do it again. Right? Do it 3 times. Right? Just call someone else and figure out some other way around it. You know, to try to steal the money away from these big channels and this big platform we call YouTube, because there's plenty of money being made, so why not just steal it from them? And of course, the Linus Tech Tip was one of the people that was one of the victims, and they stopped working with them. But they never talked about it, like why they stopped doing brand deals with them on, you know, publicly and out there for everybody else to know. And a lot of people were like kind of upset with them, like, why didn't you let people know? Like they didn't want you because they were afraid that other sponsors that might be interested in work with them would be disfavored about them coming out publicly about what they might be doing underneath the color, or what shady business they might be doing. I'm like, just don't f them over. You want to worry about that. Don't do this kind of stealing people's money.
Screwing people, and you wouldn't have to worry about the shit.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah,
we need to wrap it up. I gotta go grab some sodas and stuff before we do D&D. If the DM says we're still doing it, we'll
find out. We'll find out. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all next week. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. I gotta make sure I find the right one because my screen went to different sizes again, and I love that when it happens. I can't see what this. Stop!
That's what she said. She likes it when it plays with different sizes. I mean,